Um, Obviously, we've got a lot going on this week. Feels good to be playing somewhat home on Wednesday, and then obviously have the weekend series here. We haven't enjoyed a lot of home games, so I'm excited about that. Finally, get a chance to kind of get three in a row here, starting the weekend against Iowa State. Obviously, have a really fun game on Wednesday. Fun if you like to compete against the very best. So we're excited about the opportunity there, and excited about just being back home and playing conference series here. So just a lot going on and a lot to get ready for.
When you talk about Wednesday and kind of the the uniqueness of this, are you looking forward to seeing just what like the turnout is like, what the atmosphere is like, all those sorts of things on Wednesday?
I think we know what it's going to be like. We've played in that atmosphere a lot. Obviously, I got a few kids that haven't, so it'll be new to them. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that different sort of stress. But it's a privilege. You know what I mean? And so I'm hopeful that the stuff we've done to prepare this team against the type of schedule we already played in some great environments. So it'll just be amplified some, but it shouldn't be anything that should shock us. Obviously, hopeful that we can keep this thing going. I think it's for Oklahoma State. It's obviously it's something that we need and we want. We'll play this game, and hopefully it goes well enough that both sides go, hey, let's keep this up.
Kenny, how unique is this? Because it is a non-conference game, but also it's an important RPI game for both programs.
Yeah, well, it's my main thing for wanting to play. Obviously, losing Texas and OU to a different conference really hurts. It takes 6 RPI games away that I personally, for our program, I count on. Arizona brings that back, and so that's good. So it's like I want to make sure that we have these type of games. That's why we went to Georgia. In a midweek. That's why we went to Arizona State. That's why Texas is kind of coming in here, and then next year we'll go there, because I want to make sure I can get those type of games, not only to prepare us for what's the end is like, but I think that's been who we've been, so I don't think it's a shock to anyone. But also, I want to put ourselves in a chance to host. We're not doing a very good job of securing that at this point. And maybe it's slipping away some, but that's okay. This team is on its own journey, and we need these type of games to remind us who we are and what we need to get better at.
Last September, you thought, and things change. I get that. You thought this might be your best team ever. What's changed? What are things you're tweaking right now, trying to get this team to the point you thought they were going to be at?
Yeah, I'm not going to step away from the best team that we've had here. I don't think that's fair to them. That's why it's a season. It may not look like the journey I thought we would be on, to be very frank, but probably that's what they think too. What's the reason we're here is we just haven't performed well. The beautiful thing about our game is we still have a lot of games left, and the most important part of our year is in front of us. I've tried to continue to remind this team that I've been here for 10 years, and no journey has been easy. We have not just walked into OKC, not one time, not even close. It's been a grind. We've had a year where we were number 2 or 3 in the country, and we lost 11 of 13 games. And we still hosted both rounds and got back to KC. I've had some wild rides, and they've all been memorable, and it's what's made us who we are. So what the real factors are here, we haven't pitched quite as well. Crandall going down has not been good for us, but it has been good. It depends, if your glass is half full or half empty. So it's caused others to have to step up and figure out what they need to improve on. And then we just haven't hit. That's the bottom line. I mean, we haven't hit. We put too much pressure on our team. Our numbers look okay. But I'm not really caught up in the numbers. I'm caught up in what I see. And we're not hitting enough balls hard. We're not walking enough. As a matter of fact, I don't think we're striking out enough, which tells me we're being very defensive. And then it's putting extra pressure on our pitching staff to be perfect nonstop, and it's not a good combo for winning the last game. However, I don't think the season's lost. Not even close. We're barely halfway through, and we know who we are exactly. We know what we need to improve on. So I don't think any situation is going to phase us or surprise us.
Is there a timetable where you think Crandall could get back and a point where she would be effective enough to really turn your pitching momentum? Or is that still too early to determine?
She's back.
Yeah.
She's just got to earn more.
Okay.
That's it. And that's the talk I had. I know she's not happy with that answer that I gave her on Sunday, but I said, hey, like we have a pretty good idea of what we want to do. We have a plan. Whether that feels like that or not, we have a plan. We've been pretty good here. We haven't won the last game, so I can't put us in that elite of the elite. But we've been pretty good with getting kids to buy in, do a plan, and earn more opportunities. And that's what I reminded her of. I thought she pitched pretty good at Arizona, to be very honest. We could have made a play in left field that we didn't make that would have saved a run. We had another play that we bobbled at short. But this team, we seem to be having a lot of those things that don't go our way, and it's because we're not earning the good stuff, and we're not executing. And so it's making it hard on everybody to get more opportunities. I'm very aware for people like Coots and Crandall right now that need more innings. Like I told them, you got to pitch better when you get them. And I know it's hard, but these games matter and they count. And so we just reminded all of them that, hey, we just need you to stay the course, trust us, which I think they all do. I don't think it's a lack of trust. I don't feel like that at all. Just enjoy the struggle. It's hard. This thing's hard, and it's been hard on us every year, and so shouldn't be anything new. For some of them, it may be new here, and they're having expectations that they've never had. Coots has never had these expectations here, and Crandall's never had them. She's having them now, and there's a lot more. Feels like there's a lot more, and I'm just trying to remind them it's still softball that you need to play like you're 8 years old.
Obviously looking at the box score, it looked like she had 2 better outings.
Yeah.
in Mission Arizona.
Yeah.
Was there stuff that you saw that maybe we don't see?
Yeah, it was good. She was good. And that's the thing, like, she hasn't, before she got hurt, there weren't a lot of clean innings. There weren't a lot of innings with no runs. There weren't a lot of 1, 2, 3s. And that's what I'm trying to, what Carrie and I would like her, would like to see. And that's what we did with Ivy last year. She was good for 6 outs. And then once she proved to us that she could do that, then we went to 9 outs and 12 outs, and then we could feel like extending. We extended her against Arizona. We were only going to go one time through. And their leadoff kid who's hitting 500, and it's not a soft 500. It's a hitter. Came up the second time in the second, and I went to Carrie. I said, let's make a move. Let's stay on the plan. She goes, no, I want to give her this last hitter. If she gets the ball where she ought to, we'll get her out. We did that, and it was a win. So even though she was upset, I told her this is a win. Like, you just won, and you need to keep stacking wins. The wins are the number one thing. Welcome to OSU with the blowers going. But I just got to get her to feel good about that. You know what I mean? And trust that. And so we had a great talk after that, and I think we're in a much better place for her.
Was there a time, were you always pretty confident that this Bedlam game was going to continue, or was there a time you weren't so sure about it?
Yeah, I thought early, so there's a no-brainer. I have a bad habit of just thinking about it through my eyes. Why wouldn't we play? But I'm not in their shoes. I see their schedule, through conference, and when you're going to want to play this game, you don't want to do it early. Kind of want to do it when the weather is going to be 81 and we can get a nice crowd and that kind of stuff. So then I thought my expectation kind of dropped for a while. And then Jesse and Toby really got together and made it happen. And Hall of Fame, they stepped in and made a lot of things available to us. I mean, we're still having to pay and do some things like that, but that's okay. We're going to be okay on that. And it's just it's cool to see. So I'm thankful to them that to OU that they want to play, and hopeful that it can keep going on. I think it's an important game. I think it's the most. I think it'll be the most watched game of the year until you get to the very end. And I know in our state what it means, and I know there's a lot of people around that'll be having eyeballs on this game, and it's cool to be a part of it, to be very honest.
Has there been discussions on extending this beyond this year, and do you want that to continue?
Oh, yeah, I think I've already said I wanted to do it. So I would be awesome if we could do it more. You know what I mean? It'd be awesome if we could do a couple games, even if it was one at Hall of Fame and maybe one there and then one here. You know what I mean? Do something like that. Or 3, just figure out a way to do 3. But I understand there's a lot that goes into this, and just from our end, like I would much rather play OU than other teams. And I don't know if that's how they feel. That you're gonna have to ask them on that. But I like to play these type of games, even though they put stress on your team and that kind of stuff. It's just I don't know. Patty's the one who actually has been really good to me when I first got this job, and saying, hey, the key on this is is scheduling. And I learned that from Tim as well. So, hey, maybe I'm the idiot for wanting to play them more. But when I play these games, win or lose, I know where we stand and I know what we need to get better at. And so that's why I like to play them.
It seems like now that football's gone away, it feels like this is the most high-profile Bedlam that there is. The most meaningful, competitive Bedlam there is. I can't believe the schools can't get together and market, somehow sell this, and put a lot of money behind it. You know, and put some corporate brand on top of it. Presented by.
Yeah, that may happen. I think that's being talked through. I think we're going to get to this game and go, whoa, here's an impact. In the revenue share age, this is
It's sold out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for both schools to be able to pump revenue in, where we don't really have a lot of expense. We do. I mean, it's still a real number to play at Hall of Fame. I mean, that number is not 10 grand. I mean, it's a real number. I mean, they have to open that place up and clean it and staff it. I mean, that's a big number, but the revenue that we can bring in is a big deal for us and them. And they have a unique opportunity because of their stadium, right? They have 5,000 seats. I have 30% of that. And so it's just a great opportunity, and I hope we can. I think we can. I think we can. We just got to put some work in do it.
Here's a dumb question. Do you bust down game day? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
So
minimal
expense, relatively, and maximum.
Yeah, we're not staying overnight. I mean, I believe we're both hitting at home and then driving up.
I got it.
Or we're driving down, they're driving up. It's wild to me where softball has gone in this state. I hear about the newspapers and the amount of clicks you guys are getting on softball. I can remember in the fall during football, there was a page devoted to each team in the fall during football. That has never happened, right? In the Oklahoma City paper. It's crazy. I hear what's going on, so I know it's there. I see what I'm getting back and what I'm told by our administration on eyeballs that watch our games compared to other sports. So it's pretty cool, and I feel very lucky and grateful and honored that I know that what Patty's done. I mean, they're the bell cow. I understand that, but I think we've done a really good job of catching up some and being a part of that. We're not just relying on them, even though I still know that who they are and what they're about, and respect the hell out of it. That's why I want to play them. So I've never backed off that, and not about to. So I'm just happy that we're doing our part.
This may sound crazy. With Bedlam tomorrow night, I want to skip ahead. You got 3 conference games on a weekend where this town is going to be overflowed.
What's going on?
I mean, yeah, there's just a little bit of a concert going on.
Yep.
But I know it disrupted your alumni. You switched that. But I've been told by Bertie you'll have some recruits in this weekend Do you expect just the atmosphere to help turn up your softball as well? I mean, and maybe you'll turn up the concert too
Yeah.
if you want to take credit for it.
Yeah. No, I don't think we'll take credit on that. I think that people are pretty excited about what's coming this weekend at night. But I also think they're excited about what will be happening at 12 o'clock each day too. And I think it gives us a great opportunity for people to just be walking by, to be able to come by and jump on those decks. This new deck that's built is just absolutely gorgeous and massive. I was just eating my lunch up there going, man, this is kind of cool. So I think the opportunity is great. The weather is going to be absolutely Chamber of Commerce days, right? And we'll be marketing this and showing this to recruits who aren't here. But we should have great crowds. We've been having great crowds. The beauty about some of those bleacher seats is it's first come, first serve. So an hour before games, those bleachers have been full in our 6 home games. It's been wild. I've never seen anything like it here. And then the rest of the thing just fills up when they get out of their tailgates that have organically happened over our time here. So I'm excited about everything that's going on. I'm excited about Iowa State. They give us fits. They're playing very well. They have never won 3 conference series in a year. I was listening to their game, so I know that fact. And they were 1 game away from doing it last week against BYU. So they're coming in here feeling good. Played very few home games just like us, so the road's not going to bother them. We're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to flush this game on Wednesday no matter what. Win or lose, it's got to be flush, and the focus is on them as soon as that's done.
So the new deck will be operational?
It's ready. You can go up there and check it out now. It's really cool to look at it from the field. So I was like, man, I'm going to go out there and look, and man, it's a new look for us. It's kind of cool.
Anything else for Coach?